is Susan Molinari and Lucy Coluti, and we're at the table. Hi, Susan.
Hey, Lucy. Good to see you, and happy Thanksgiving to everybody who's watching this now, and happy Thanksgiving to you and your family, Lucy.
Susan, happy Thanksgiving to you and your family as well. This reminds me of what it was like growing up in an Italian-American home at Thanksgiving time.
A little different.
A little different. We enjoyed stuffed artichokes next to the turkey. Sweet Italian sausage, my favorite, absolutely, in the great marinara sauce. And at the end of dinner, we always had little Italian candies. We didn't overdo it.
Special treat, special treat. And when you were of age, the espresso and the little Italian candies.
Had to have the espresso and the little Italian candies.
Well, you had to have the espresso because you were going to pass out from eating so much food. I know, in our family, it was the turkey, but they somehow fit in pasta. It's like the third course.
We called it demi-tasse.
Oh, okay.
I wonder, we don't use that expression
No, that's
anymore.
right.
Demi-tasse.
Demi-tasse, that's
with
right.
a little
and they
lemon.
would call demi-tasse glasses.
Yes.
Yeah, cups.
And we enjoyed that with the little Italian candies because sweets are important as treats at the end of a wonderful meal.
You know, and that's something that is the difference that I always remember growing up, that we would perhaps indulge on pasta and stuffed artichokes, but never sweets. You know, that was that little treat that you were given in moderation as a way to say, we're ending the meal now.
That's what the Mediterranean diet is all about. Everything in moderation. Will you kind of elaborate on what you believe is the Mediterranean diet?
So I think it's so interesting because my grandmother, as I've said before, did a lot of the cooking for us, and she came from Sorrento, Napoli. And so we grew up with lentils soup and pasta and peas and, you know, so many things that didn't necessarily, sauce made 20 different ways, which I think she called gravy as opposed to tomato sauce. It's 20 different ways. Now I look back on it, and we had meats for special treats, but because so many of our heritage included people who are not very wealthy, meat was a special treat. And so you grew up with the legumes and the vegetables, and what we now call the Mediterranean diet was really the foods that, you know, the Italians brought over to the United States.
Mediterranean diet is gaining great popularity in the United States as well.
Because it's so good for you.
It's so good for you, and it keeps one healthy. We're living longer. You know, they say that we've been given 30 extra years of life in this century. You think about that. We want those to be healthy lives.
Absolutely.
The Mediterranean diet is a healthy diet. And as you said, Susan, very rich in vegetables, very high in protein, all important for a healthy body and a healthy mind.
Well, and of course, I think most of the time when we were having, at least in my family, when we were having all those, it always included a bit of pasta. So it was the lentils with pasta, it was the pasta with the peas, and so it was always just a little part of a good, moderate combination of vegetables, legumes, and pasta.
Yes. My mother worked outside the home, and when she would come home, we always knew that what we were going to have was vegetables, a salad, some kind of protein, and some starch. Maybe it was pasta. Maybe it was gnocchi. But it was always balanced and always in moderation.
Absolutely, absolutely. We never, in our family and growing up, and even amongst, well, I guess especially when you come from families where there's, 10 at a table, moderation was key because there wasn't enough to overindulge, but that's something that in a much beneficial way has been passed on to future generations.
I absolutely agree with you.